Welcome to this week's episode of The Better Half. I'm Kinder D. St. Aubin, and this is Katie Hartley. And we're going to take a look back at some of the things that have been going on this week.
One of the big stories in the NFL this week is Michael Vick signing a massive contract with the Philadelphia Eagles. $100 million, 6 years, and just over $40 million guaranteed. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm really disappointed in the money because it's Michael Vick and he just spent 18 months in prison and he only had one good season. I don't think he deserves that kind of money because of his playing ability. I mean, that's Peyton Manning type of money, especially $40 million guaranteed. I don't. And he's 31, and the way he runs, that he's going to get hurt. So I don't like it because purely based on the playing ability. I know a lot of people are kind of up in arms because of Michael Vick's past about him getting that kind of money.
And I would be one of those people who is up in arms about it. The last time that this guy signed a huge contract was back in 2005 with the Atlanta Falcons, and he went out and got his sorry ass arrested. So I am not okay with this contract. I don't think that he deserves it. Not just because I don't think talent-wise he hasn't proven himself, but because of his past. I just don't think that we should see these kind of players getting contracts like this.
Unfortunately, if we did it based on, the guys that got arrested don't get big contracts, we'd be out of half the players in the NFL. So that's going to be a problem.
That is a good point. Well, let's move on to another team in the NFL, the Arizona Cardinals, who have struggled with some injuries lately. We saw Ryan Williams, rookie running back, go down. And then we also saw the cornerback Greg Toller, who is now out for the season with a torn ACL. So what do you think? Are the Cardinals screwed?
I actually don't think they're screwed because I don't think Greg Toller was like a clear number two at the cornerback position to begin with. I mean, they traded away DRC, and then it was kind of his job. But then we also had Patrick Peterson, A.J. Jefferson playing really well.
Right.
And then also with Ryan Williams, I mean, we had Beanie Wells, and then we have a couple other guys that have been around a couple years with Hyphen, Larod Stevens-Howling, and then, of course, with Alphonso Smith as well. So, Ryan Williams was a rookie. No guarantees that he was going to be great, even though he was looking really good. And also with Greg Toller, he was stepping up. So it's tough. You lose these starters, these positions, these key spots that you've been working with this short camp. So it's going to be tough. But I don't think they're the worst team in the situation right now for where they're at.
And I agree with you, and I would like to see Coach Whisenhunt try to move Patrick Peterson over. Let him play on that other side, see how he does with A.J. Jefferson. I would like to see how their chemistry goes. And I agree with you with the Ryan Williams thing. I actually think Beanie Wells looks better than he did last year
absolutely.
in preseason.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I do think, especially with the addition of Kevin Cobb and, of course, Larry Fitzgerald, I think we'll see the Cardinals throwing the ball a lot more this year. So I don't think the running game is as important. And I think Beanie Wells is ready to step up.
Well, and Peterson, he said he can play either side. I mean, we'll see what how that shakes out. And you still have Richard Marshall, the veteran that they brought in. So while Peterson's still kind of learning the ropes, that might be a huge help as well.
And another big story in the NFL this week is Ndamukong Suh, of course, getting a little feisty with the New England Patriots. He had a
little bit of a scuffle there in a preseason game, which I like to see. I'm a fan of that.
I do too. Well, let's take a quick look at it.
This is kind of after the play happened. He basically kind of rushed in Tom Brady's face, which no one likes to see. But then there was this little afterward scuffle going on, and Mankins, was face masking his buddy, so he just went up and jacked him in the face.
Yeah, and I love to see that.
I do too, especially in the preseason.
Exactly, and you know what? The Lions they're 3-0 in preseason, so get after it, Sue. I love that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to say they might finish ahead of my Vikings in the NFC North. I mean, the Lions, of all people, are actually looking pretty good right now.
So do you think Ndamukong Suh should have been fined for a hit like that?
No, not at all. I mean, he just kind of jacked him in the face. It wasn't like, it wasn't haymakers or anything like that, and it was actually Logan Mankins is the one who started it. So I think it was totally fine.
And he's the one, I think, that actually got the penalty for getting a face mask. And Ndamukong Suh, the ref was right there. He saw everything, so I'm good with it.
I was fine with it, too. I like to see a little fire. And last but not least, your favorite.
Yes.
Probably story of the day. I mean, Jimmer Fredette. I mean, why not talk about the NBA, even though we're not even going to have a season? Let's talk about Jimmer Fredette getting engaged to his college girlfriend, who happens to be a BYU cheerleader.
So cute.
How do you feel about this?
I love this. I love this story. I think they are so cute together. And
Why are they cute together? Tell me why.
Because are you kidding? Basketball star, little black cheerleader. So cute. I love to see this. It sounds
like a Sweet Valley High episode.
Exactly.
Wasn't that like a book or something?
And he announced it over Twitter, which I thought was cool. But what better way to spend the lockout
Hey, at
getting
least,
engaged.
you know what though? She's probably mad because now he's going to be involved in the planning. And that's like the last thing a girl wants is the guy to want, have any involvement in the planning. They just get in the way.
Well, Jimmer's going to have a lot of time on his
He
hands
is.
because he will not be playing
And maybe not as
basketball.
much money as he thought to plan that wedding. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we are out of time, Kendra. You can follow her on Twitter at Kendra620. Follow me on Twitter at FunKatie620. We will be back next week for another webisode of The Better Half.